Alright everybody, it's update time for the pinch pin eliminating shift knuckle for Honda transmissions. If you are familiar with version 1.0 and saw the video we posted a while back, I recommend you go and check that out now. You'll be very familiar with this component here. This has been installed on my daily driven CRX, has several thousand miles under its belt without failure, and has been an awesome component that I have thoroughly enjoyed having installed on my car. This eliminates the pinch pin that holds the factory knuckle onto the shift output shaft. Now this pinch pin is a pain to remove and never quite gets a completely solid connection between the shift linkage and the shift output shaft, and therefore contributes to a little bit of the shifter slop that I am very much against. So we designed this piece to correct not only the pain it is to remove the pinch pin, but to take up that slop. It uses two set screws, one set screw on the top to jam and lock in place the second set screw that actually sits into the shift output shaft of the transmission, and once tightened down creates the tight removable locking bond between the shift linkage and the transmission itself. Now, when we first put this design out, there were several interested parties that had a few concerns, and we have addressed them. The concerns were that if this component was to become loose, so vibrations as you drive down the road could cause these to vibrate and come loose. That was the worry. Now, after several thousand miles, I can tell you that I don't feel with a little red Loctite installed that would ever happen. But to be safe, we've actually revamped the design, because if this was to manage to back out even a quarter of an inch or more, this would become disconnected from the shift shaft and there would be nothing holding it in place, and therefore you would be locked in whatever gear you had last successfully engaged, and your shift linkage could theoretically fall off the car or off the transmission and fall down onto the road while you're driving. So I would like now for everyone to say hello to version 2 of the shift pinch pin eliminating knuckle. So version 2.0 actually uses an entirely new design for the way it is mounted to the transmission. It actually has a pin with a reusable cotter pin that travels through the entire component in the same location that the original pinch pin would have been. And now this is locked on both ends of the aluminum block here and held in place with a reusable cotter pin, so that if you are to experience a loosening of these two bolts here, which hold the component on itself, you would actually still be able to engage all 5 gears and reverse. You would just have some slop in your shifter, and there would be no chance for the shift linkage to fall down and drag on the ground. So with the safety pin removed, we can talk about how it's actually creating a tight bond that eliminates the slop that we don't like. So it is actually using a friction design. It's got a slit cut into the aluminum here and bolts that run through to captured Nylock nuts on the other side that actually squeeze this piece together and pinch it down onto the output shaft of the transmission. Now, we chose to use captured nuts because I personally don't like threading into aluminum for things that may be put on and off frequently. Even with the correct threads and bolt combination, you can experience stripped threads, and so we figured it would be best to use captured nuts that you can replace. When the final design is released for sale, it will have some nice black hardware and will actually be countersunk on both ends with low-profile Nylock nuts, so that it is actually flush within the aluminum block on both ends. The original design called for 4 bolts, but after several hundred miles of use with only 2 bolts installed, we have decided that the 4 bolts is actually completely irrelevant. In fact, I never have actually had it installed with all 4 bolts. I've only ever had the 2 and have had 0 issues with it whatsoever. So this component now, all the materials are ordered because we feel this will be our final design. Should be available within about 2 weeks or so of this video. More details will be coming, as well as a very brief installation tutorial should anyone need it. And any more information about the product can be found by either commenting on the video below or reaching out to me directly. I'm happy to answer any questions that you all may have about the product itself. We're pretty pleased with the way that it has turned out, and I have personally enjoyed it. It definitely incorporated with Chedda J's bushing kit, eliminates all of the slop in the factory Honda shift linkage, making for a very much almost rear-wheel drive shifter feel, to where the shifter feels directly connected to the transmission rather than traveling down linkage like it does in stock format. It's a very easy installation process with the captured nut. You can use a single tool to put the product on and off, and with the reusable cotter pin, you can install it and uninstall it as many times as you would like. So that about wraps it up for the update video for version 2.0. Like I said, the final version will include all of the hardware pre-installed, some nice black hardware. It will only have the 2 bolts here. Pricing and availability to follow. Please keep checking back for more future updates, and comment below with any of your thoughts and if you're interested in this product. Appreciate it, guys.